G'day and Shalom, Beth Torah family. Damien Timms here, your Executive Director. I'm reaching out, although it's going to be difficult because, wow, didn't Larry do an amazing video last week? I don't know if I can match the eloquence. I'm going to try, but I was so thrilled with what he said last week, and I hope it resonated with all of you. So one of the questions you've asked recently is, what are the changes that are being made here to move us forward during what is a challenging time? Well, I'm happy to report I'm one of the changes. The board listened. You said, we need someone that is an executive director. Not this, not that, not one of the others, but an executive director to helm and lead. Now, hopefully, over the coming months, I will impress you with my leadership. Certainly, I'm going to work very hard to do so. It's not going to be hard. Look at the staff that I work with. What an amazing group of people. It is now my 10 week. Yes, I'm going to keep on saying that. Just wait till I'm at 10 years. And yes, I plan to be here for 10 years. Why? Because Beth Torah's got a great future. I've had a couple of people ask me, Damien, do we have a future? Of course we do. We're not going anywhere. And here's why. The board listened. They brought back the executive director position. That was one change. You've also asked, are we being fiscally responsible? I can tell you over the last 3 years, looking at everything that this board has done, they have gone above and beyond in fiscal responsibility. However, we've reached that point where we've done everything we can with the budget in terms of expenses. It's now a conversation about income. But I'm not going to talk about that right now because that's a conversation for another day. What I am going to talk about are these changes that you've asked for, and all have been delivered. None of these changes are impossible. None of these challenges are impossible. There are some people within the congregation, sadly, and some without, who are projecting doom and gloom for Beth Torah. It's not going to happen, and don't listen to them. We have a bright future. And I've told you this before. Why? Because you've done all the hard work already. We have an amazing group of people, a wonderful staff that goes above and beyond every day. We have an excellent atmosphere here. I had a friend of mine, someone I've known for several years, who recently left their congregation in search of something else, come here. And they walked in, they said, look, all I want to do is just come for a few services. I don't want to feel any pressure and, I'll make up my mind. I said, absolutely, but make sure if you've got any questions to ask me. And he said, fine. He came here for one service. And at the end of the service, he said, send me the paperwork. I can't believe how good that service was. And that was one of our Friday services. And of course, one of the things he commented on was that music we have. Oh, the music. We are so blessed, and I'm not biased, although maybe a little bit. I think we have the best music in town. And I know other congregations and love other congregations here in KC, but I really do think we have the best musical presence on the bimah of any synagogue here in town. The other thing we have is all of you. How lucky we are. Now, the challenges going forward. We have 90% of everything we need here at Beth Torah. One of the things that we have to do over the coming months is we have to do some fundraising. We have to raise some funds. And here's why we need to do that. Because this amazing place has a very important part in the KC community. It does. We're not a juggernaut like the one around the corner. We aren't a particularly, dare I say, theological community in that we don't sit down and rip the Torah apart and keep on asking that important question of why. What are we? Some people have said, Damien, why do you call us the cozy living room of the greater KC community? It sounds like we come in, throw off our sandals, sit on the couch. What is a living room? It's warm. You're all very warm. It's welcoming. You won over my husband with your amazing welcome when we came last year in December. It's a family location, and Beth Torah is a wonderful family. This is why I call it the cozy living room, and I know some of you aren't 100% comfortable with that, because, we're a synagogue. A sanctuary is not a living room. No, it's not. But again, being Jewish is so much more than the sanctuary. Not that it isn't important. But overall, when people come here, they talk about our warm welcome, our home atmosphere. The fact that it does feel like we've been invited into someone's living room. It's not a bad title to have, being the cozy living room. It says something. It says something about the people, and most importantly, it says about what you're going to experience when you walk through these doors. On Saturday, during Hazel Metcalf's amazing bat mitzvah, I was searching for a page, and I came across something that I want to share with you today because I think it's really important. Let me put the glasses on. I'm old. May the door of this synagogue be wide enough to receive all who hunger for love, all who are lonely for friendship. May it welcome all who have cares to unburden, thanks to express, and hopes to nurture. May the door of the synagogue be narrow enough to shut out pettiness and pride, envy and enmity. May its threshold be no stumbling block to young or straying feet. May it be too high to admit complacently selfishness and hatred. May the synagogue be for all who enter the doorway to a richer and more meaningful life. There is no richer and more meaningful life for me as a Jew than here at Beth Torah. You've all made that possible for many years before I came. And as Larry said last week so eloquently, all we need now is a little help from our friends. Please. If you're someone who hasn't been to services in a while, or you're confused about how you can find your place in the Beth Torah community, or maybe you've left but you're still hanging around the edges, wondering if you'll come back, give me a call. Let me have the conversation with you that can tell you how you can fit back in. Maybe you're not someone who goes to services. Maybe you like a small social group. We have those. Maybe you like adult education. We have those too. Ultimately, we will find a place for you here at Beth Torah. And if we don't have it, we will make it for you. That's my promise as your executive director to you. There is no reason for you not to be here amongst your warm, welcoming, and rich community. So please, come home to Beth Torah.